just law becomes our main theme. Antonio is our tragic merchant, who, to pure friendship, is a servant. His dear Bassanio wanted Portia, so the merchant gave his wealth to his friend. But his life was wrecked when his ships were lost, for Shylock the Jew would charge the cost. A pound of flesh is the due he expects, and Antonio is bound by the law. They crowd in a courtroom to decide the merchant's fate. The crowd versus Shylock will now debate. The Duke awaits wise legal discernment. Antonio's friends seek the court's adjournment. Now here arrive two women in men's clothes, because while only men can speak in court, only a woman's wit can solve this case.
What? Is Antonio here?
Ready, so please, your grace.
I am sorry for you. You are come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace has taken great pains to moderate his rigorous course, but since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of this.
Go, someone. Call the Jew into court.
He is ready at the door. He comes, my lord.
Make room, and let him stand before our face. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that you'll perform this mad display of malice till the final hour, and then 'tis thought you'll show your mercy, and reveal a soul more loftily than this show of cruelty. And where you now exact the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, you will not only lose the forfeiture, but touched with human gentleness and love, forgive a portion of the principal, glancing an eye of pity on his losses that have late so huddled on his back. And we all expect a gentle answer, Jew.
I have informed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your character and your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that. But say it is my fancy. Is it answered? What if my house be troubled with a rat, and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it poisoned? Are you answered yet? Some men are sick when beef is cooked too rare. Some men go mad if they behold a cat. And others, when the bagpipe winds its song, cannot contain their urine. Reason plays no part in it. So can I give no reason more than a lodged hate and its certain loathing? I bear, Antonio, that I follow thus a suit against a bankrupt. Are you answered?
This is no answer, you unfeeling man, to excuse the madness of your cruelty.
I am not bounded to please you with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man thing he would not kill?
Offenses need not always lead to hate.
What, would you let a serpent sting you twice?
I pray you, do not argue with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach, and bid the tide go out instead of in. Make no more offers, and with dignity let me have judgment and the Jew his will.
For your 3,000 ducats, here is 6.
He missed the day, and ducats will not do.
What mercy can you hope for, showing none?
What judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? You have among you purchased many a slave, which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and degrading work. Because you bought them. Shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs. Why sweat under burdens? Let their beds be made as soft as yours, you will answer, the slaves are ours. So do I answer you, the pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
Upon my power I may dismiss this court, unless Bellario, a learned doctor who I have sent for to determine this, comes here today.
My lord, a messenger with letters from the doctor waits outside.
Bring the letter. Call the messenger.
Good cheer, Antonio. What man, courage yet. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all, before you lose for me one drop of blood.
I am the sickling of the herd, the one the wolves will single out and chase and harry to the death. The weakest kind of fruit, drops earliest to the ground, and so let me, you cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to still live and write my epitaph.
Came from Padua? From Bellario?
From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace.
Why do you whet your knife so vigorously?
To cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there.
Not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. You make your knife more keen, but metal cannot. Nor the hangman's axe bear half the keenness of your sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce you?
No, none that you have wit enough to make.
You almost make me waver in my faith. You trust the doctrine of Pythagoras, that souls of animals infuse themselves. Into the trunks of men, your currish spirit was once a wolf hanged for eating men, whose soul fled to your mother's womb and made the human baby like a wolf, relentless, starving, bloody, ravenous.
Till you can rail the seal from off my bond, you can only hurt your lungs to speak so loud. Repair your wit, good youth, or it will fall to hopeless ruin. I stand here for law.
This letter from Bellario commends a young and learned doctor to the court. Where is he?
He awaits your grace nearby to know your answer, whether you'll admit him.
With all my heart, some 3 or 4 of you, go give him courteous to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter. Your grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter I am very sick. But in the instant that your message came, in visitation was with me a young doctor of Rome, his name Balthazar. I told him of the controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We turned over many books together. He is furnished with my opinion better by his own learning, and at my request he comes to fill your grace's request in my stead. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment, for I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his condemnation. You hear the learned Bellario, what he writes, and here I take it, the doctor come. Give me your hand. Come from you, O Bellario?
I do, my lord.
Then welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the issue here?
I am informed thoroughly of the cause, which is the merchant here and which the Jew.
Antonio and old Shylock both stand forth.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
The suit is strange, the bond pernicious. Yet it's written so Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful?
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes a throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein does sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show like as gods, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much, to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou follow, the strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here I offer it to him in the court, yea, twice the sum. If that will not suffice, I will be bounded to pay it 10 times over on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. But this will not suffice, so it appears that only wicked malice drives him on. For he has not been harmed at all. O learned doctor, can't you bend the law a little, using your authority, to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will?
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. It would be recorded for a precedent, and many an error by the same example would rush into the state. It cannot be.
A Daniel come to judgment, yea, a Daniel, O wise young judge, how I do honor you.
I pray you, let me look upon the bond.
Here it is, most reverend doctor, here it is.
You have the offer of 3 times your money.
An oath, an oath. I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit, and lawfully by this time the Jew may claim a pound of flesh, to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take thrice your money. Bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the letter, you seem, though young, to be a worthy judge. You know the law, your exposition has been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul I swear there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond.
Most heartily I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
O noble judge, O excellent young man.
For the intent and purpose of the law has full relation to the penalty, which here appears exact upon the bond.
'Tis very true, O wise and upright judge. How much more elder are you than your looks?
Therefore, lay bare your bosom.
Aye, his breast, so says the bond, does it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart, those are the very words.
It is so. Is there a balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have it ready, honest weight.
Have here some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wounds, lest he should bleed to death?
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what of that? To where good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it, it is not in the bond.
You, merchant, have anything to say?
But little, I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you. For here fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. Often as a joke, she lets a wretched man outlive his wealth, to view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty, from lingering penance. Of such misery she sets me free. Commend me to your honorable life. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Say how I loved you. Speak me fair in death. And when the tale is told, bid her to judge whether Bassanio once was truly loved. Regret but this, that you shall lose your friend, for he repents not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay it presently with all my might.
Antonio, I am married to a wife who is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above your life. I would lose all, I sacrifice them all, here to this devil to deliver you.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that, if she were by to hear you make the offer.
I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this currish Jew.
'Tis well you offer it behind her back, or else the wish would make a troubled house.
These are Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Any of the sons of Abraham would make a better husband than a Christian. We trifle time. I pray you, pursue sentence.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards it, and the law bestows it.
Most rightful judge.
And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most learned judge, a sentence. Come, prepare.
Just a moment. There is something else. This contract gives you not a jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then your bond, receive your pound of flesh, but in the cutting of it, if you shed 1 drop of Christian blood, your lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscated.
O upright judge, mark Jew, O learned judge.
Is that the law?
If you exceed the bond, since you demanded justice, be assured that you'll have justice more than you desire.
O learned judge, Shylock, a learned judge.
I take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice, and let the Christian go.
Here is the money.
Stop! The Jew refused. The time for it is past. He shall have nothing but the penalty.
O Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge.
Therefore, prepare yourself to cut the flesh. Shed no blood, nor cut you less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. If you cut more or less than just a pound, however slight the difference, a bit of dust, a hair, you die and all your goods are confiscated.
A second Daniel? A Daniel? Jew?
Why are you waiting, Shylock? Take your forfeit.
Give me my principal and let me go.
I have it ready for you. Here it is.
He has refused it in the court. He shall have merely justice and his bond.
A Daniel still say I, a second Daniel.
Can I not choose to have my principal, forgiving every bit of usury?
You shall have nothing but the forfeiture, taken at your peril. Go ahead.
Why, then the devil give him good of it. I must withdraw my suit. He owes me nothing. See, I void the bond.
Tarry, Shylock. The law has yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be provided against an alien, that by direct or indirect attempts he sought the life of any citizen. The party he conspired against shall have the right to half his goods. The other half is taken by the treasury of the state, and the offender's life lies at the mercy of the Duke alone without appeal, in which predicament I say you stand. For it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too, you have conspired against the very life of the defendant. Therefore, on your knees, down and beg the mercy of the Duke.
Beg that you may have leave to hang yourself, and yet your wealth being forfeit to the state, you haven't got enough to buy a rope. They'll have to hang you at the state's expense.
So you can see the difference of our spirits. I pardon you your life before you ask. For half your wealth it is Antonio's, the other half comes to the general state.
Nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. You take my house when you remove the prop that holds it up. You take my life already when you take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
A noose for free, nothing else, except the rent-free use of a limb to hang it from.
So please, my lord, the Duke and all the court, I am content to give my half to him, if he will sign a document in court that gives the whole of it upon his death unto Lorenzo, now his son-in-law, and to his daughter Jessica.
He shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I gave to spare his life.
And witness this for me as well, that I repent the malice that I showed the Jew. I offered only hate, and he returned the loan with usury. But Jesus said to love my enemy, and I did not. This doctor's words of mercy struck me hard, reminding me of what a Christian is. My labor should have been to bring his heart, by reason and example, unto Christ, not goad him till he sought my own.
You sound as though you want to blame yourself.
I'm not absolved because another man is worse.
Are you contented, Jew? What do you say?
I am content.
Clerk, draw a deed of gift.
I pray you, give me leave to go from here. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I will sign it.
You may go, but do it. Young sir, come home with me to dinner.
I humbly do desire your grace's pardon. I must go tonight toward Padua.
I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this gentleman, for in my mind, you are much bound to him.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalties. In place whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, we offer you as thanks for all you did.
And more than that, we stand in debt to you and pledge our love and service evermore.
He is well paid that is well satisfied, and I, delivering you, am satisfied, and therein do account myself well paid. My means are enough, I never wished for more. I pray you, know me when we meet again. I wish you well, and so I take my leave.
Dear sir, perforce I must insist you take some token as tribute, not a fee.
You press me far, and therefore I will yield. Give me your gloves, I'll wear them for your sake. Since you insist, I'll take this ring from you. Do not draw back your hand, I'll take no more, and you will surely not deny me this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I will have nothing else but only this.
There is more depends on this than on the value. The dearest ring in Venice will I give you. And find it out by proclamation. Except for this, I pray you, pardon me.
I see you, sir, are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered.
Good sir, this ring was given to me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell, nor give, nor lose it.
If you explained how well I earned the ring, and if she's not a mad woman, she'd agree. She wouldn't be your enemy forever. Just because you gave the ring to me, well, peace be with you.
My lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. It shames us both that you have told him no. Let his deservings and my love for you together weigh against your wife's command.
Go, Gratiano, run and overtake him. Give him the ring, and bring him, if you can, unto Antonio's house. Away, make haste. Come, you and I will go and wait for them. And in the morning early, I will go with Gratiano back to Belmont, where I pray I will not find a weeping, angry wife.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a touch of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, a light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
This is no answer, you unfeeling man, to excuse the madness of your cruelty.
I can't see.
Sorry.
I pray you.
I pray you.
Do not argue with the Jew. What's the next
Dude, I
line?
like you're like Australian.
I like your mustache.
English, stretchy, yeah.
Oh, me?
I do
May as
know,
well
it's
go.
amazing.
Don't touch my flabby.
I've actually never seen them.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven. Upon the place beneath. It is twice.
You look so funny. Stop filming me.
First time if I just
Paparazzi.
You hear the learned Bellario, what he writes, and here I take it is the learned doctor. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
I do, my lord.
Come from you, old Bellario?
I am informed.
Dinner?
You're just like, young
Yeah,
sir,
he's gonna
come home with me to dinner for some fortnight of bros.
Yeah, just like,
Yo, let's
oh!
No, yo, young sir.
Fancy. Okay, Judge.
Okay,
Judge.
Young sir.
Come home with me to dinner.
Oh, look happy.
Connor, that looks really good on you.
This is a preview.
I think you're meant to be the president.
I'm George Washington.
I think we can go.
I'm one of the founding fathers.
I support this.
Let's do it.
Oh my god, a mustache! Oh my god, are we vlogging?
So can we just start from like the wet? Wow. Or do we have to redo the whole thing?
Courtney, can you, when I...
Hi.
Okay, okay.
I don't know where to
Here we go, here we go.